Hello everyone. In today's film I'm going to be talking to you about skincare maintenance. I didn't want to create a film that was specific to skincare. I think skincare is one of those subjects that is incredibly ambiguous. There's a great abundance of subjects within skincare. One of the most highly requested films for me to produce and share on the platform www.youtube.com has been about skincare, but in particularly my own personal skincare. And it may come as an anticlimax to many of you, but my own skincare routine and maintenance routine isn't actually that complex. From time to time I do change my own skincare maintenance routine. There are definitely many products that I use frequently, but today I would like to condense it down. Because skincare is such a wide and varying topic, I wanted to create this film for you here today to share my own philosophy when it comes to taking care of one's own skin. Of course, at a later date, I shall be sharing with you films that revolve around other products, different brands, and different procedures when it comes to looking after or treating the skin. When it comes to skincare, there are definitely three principles that I adhere to more than anything: cleaning, massage, and protection. These are things that I think are very important, and I would certainly say imperative to maintaining good, clear, replenished skin. I also think what you put inside your body has a tremendous effect on your own skin. I'm definitely somebody that eats seasonally. I prefer to eat organic produce because food is not meant to be tampered with. It's meant to grow by itself without intervention. I also eat quite cleanly. I don't eat processed food. I'm quite selective about the produce that I purchase and eat because these things definitely have a huge impact on many people's skin, certainly my own. You're very lucky if you can eat whatever you want and it doesn't affect your skin in any capacity, but certainly in my own case I am quite careful. Now my skin is dry to combination. It's not excessively dry, but it definitely needs replenishment. It can get a little oily in the T-zone now and then, but I would say it's more on the drier sides of things. The top of my forehead and the higher areas of my cheeks definitely get very dry, and certainly my chin and jaw area if I am shaving quite a lot, which I don't necessarily have to do nowadays because I have had most of the hair in the beard area removed. I have shared previously in the past my own personal experience of hair removal. I shall definitely be leaving the applicable link to that film within the description of this film. Certainly if I have shaven, my skin can be a little bit irritated, but at the moment I have one or two pustules, so shaving with spots can be quite irritating. My skin is quite irritated and certainly feels quite irritated around here currently. Now when it comes to cleaning the skin, first thing in the morning that I like to do isn't necessarily to wash it with water or soap. Soaps of course are quite abrasive to the skin, certainly the facial skin, but I like to go in straight away with some Bioderma on a cotton pad, and I only just use a little bit of that. What I do is I just take it over the skin. I always like to pat around the eyes. I don't like to drag on the eye too much because the skin around the eye is very fragile. Now there's absolutely nothing on my skin currently, and I have gone in on clean shaven skin. Now particularly in the morning I do get quite an oily forehead, so I always like to make sure that I remove everything on my forehead. And I just find that that freshens my skin up considerably. I just like to take off any dirt or oil that's been there from the night. Just removes everything. Now my cleaning and my massage are sort of intertwined. Even though they're both aspects that I think are incredibly important, I do intertwine them. And to massage I'm going to be going in with a very trusted product, the Dhc Cleansing Oil. I very much like this oil because it is one of these oils that you can apply and then once you mix it with water it turns into a milk. So it's really easy to remove. I have quite a functional relationship with skincare. I'm not as fixated on skincare as I am with makeup. I look at skincare very functionally, even though I have friends that are immensely interested and obsessed with skincare. They could stare at a pot of some humectant goodness knows what for about 5 minutes and they'd be as high as a kite for about a month. I very much like products that are effective and do their job. So what I like to do is just massage that around, and I do it in all areas. And I massage my skin to some capacity every day. I don't always go in with the DHC oil, but I always like to go in and just, sometimes I will use a dense moisturizer, but just like to massage everything. In the past, I've also produced a film about how to remove makeup. The applicable link to that I shall leave within the description of this film. One of the things I like to do next is go in with this little gadget here that I purchased on Amazon for not a lot of money. It has this steel part here with a handle, and it also vibrates. So if I turn the end, it comes to life. What I do with this is just move it across the face. Never dragging away from the eye, always coming in. Now I find this great as I do tend to be prone to clogged sinuses. I think there's some sort of village living up there. I also follow the natural contours of my own face, so underneath the cheekbone and underneath the jaw. And I move it up the neck. This is also great if you are quite stressed or a little tense. It can really relax you. I also like to keep my one of these in the fridge so that when I go in with it, it's really soothing. I also have one of these within my kit that I take on every single job, as you never know who might need a little bit of soothing. Then I submerge my face cloth with water and rinse the majority of it out and go in with a damp face cloth. So it's wet, but it's not dripping wet. And this is what I use just to remove the DHC oil. And I'm very gentle with that. I don't want to be too abrasive to the skin, especially when my skin is quite irritated and agitated. Now, there's a little bit of dry skin here and there, skin that will need a little bit of an exfoliation, but I don't like to use exfoliators that are filled with beads or feel sandpapery. I don't like things to be too rough. I much prefer exfoliators that you can put on and then you wash them off. I don't like anything that feels murderous on the skin. So one of the exfoliators that I absolutely love is the Dermalogica Gentle Cream Exfoliant. I don't always use this Dermalogica Mask on a daily basis, maybe about once a week, if that. I actually don't like to exfoliate my skin too often. I think it's far too abrasive, certainly for the kind of skin that I have. Now I apply a liberal amount of that to the skin. I just apply that to the majority of my face. And I quite like this exfoliator because I feel like it takes off the dead skin without being too abrasive. And I tend to leave this on my skin for roughly 10 to 15 minutes until it dries. You can always touch it just to feel it. I wouldn't say it's one of these exfoliators that feel like a mask, like they are drying on the skin. Some of them go really hard. But this one you can definitely feel it drying slowly. So with that now dry, I'm just going to remove it with the same face towel I used just a moment ago to remove the DHC oil with some clean hot water. Part of the reason that I like to go in and massage the skin, particularly when it is slightly irritated and there's several pustules that I want to get rid of, I tend to prefer to massage pustules or spots as opposed to popping them or extracting the sebum buildup from them. I very much believe that these things can be left alone to heal on their own. I believe that the body can process these things itself, so I almost like to give it a gesture forward and a push along. So by massaging the areas with the pustules, I believe that the pressure encourages dispersion of the buildup. Now after doing that, I typically splash my face with some lukewarm water or cold water or warm water, depending on what I feel I need. But I like to go in with water. If I don't have water nearby and I'm having to clean my face where I'm not near a sink, I would then go in with a little bit of Bioderma on a cotton pad again. Now for moisturizers, I do tend to like to use quite strong, quite rich moisturizers. And I don't really use toner. It's not something that I've ever really thought was necessary. So after I complete the steps, I then go in with a moisturizer, and my typical go-to moisturizer is Embryolisse La Creme Concentrate. I also sometimes use the Bioderma Ultra Soothing Balm, as well as the Bioderma Hydra Bio Cream. And I don't use a great amount of this, just a very thin layer as it's very rich. So my skin does tend to be more on the drier side of things, so I do like to cater for it in that respect. I like to use products that are quite rich and quite emollient. Now when it comes to eye creams, I'm not really that fussed about eye creams, but I do like to apply a very strong, very rich amount of moisturizer or eye cream to the underneath of my eyes, as well as a little bit on the eyelids themselves. Depending on what kind of eye cream that you have, it can actually be quite effective in areas that are quite dry. I typically use the Bobbi Brown Extra Eye Repair Cream. It works marvellously on me. I use quite a lot of it just on the cheek, as well as if I want my skin to look really glowy without any form of makeup on, I'll put on quite a strong bit of moisturizer, a bit of an eyebrow, and I'll just pat quite a bit of this onto the cheek, and it keeps this area, which I get severe dryness on, keeps it very, very moisturized, and it keeps it also looking quite healthy throughout the day. Another thing that I like to do when I'm either stressed or to calm my skin down, or even in the morning when I have slightly puffy eyes, I like to take a pebble. This one is by Mother Nature. They can be found on most beaches. I am the type of person that collects stones. I like stones. I like to be around stones. I definitely think that they have healing properties, and I definitely believe that nature has the capacity to process a lot of the things that we don't. And stone is part of nature, it's part of creation. Don't worry, the healing ASMR films are well on their way. But what I like to do with this in the morning, I keep this in the fridge or by my bedside. I'm hesitant to articulate the exact type of stone this is, in fear I may deviate from the highest degree of accuracy. But I like it because it's very cold. And what I like to do with it is just press it in areas that are a little bit tense. I like to place it on the sides of my nose and press it along here. It's also great for massaging with a little bit of the DHC oil, and sometimes I press it here just to calm myself down. I find this technique absolutely great as well if you have puffy eyes in the morning, by going in with something that is quite cold and soft. It's even better if it has been in the fridge or has been cooled. It almost just shocks everything into place, just puts everything back. So it's great for that. Especially if I have shaved like I have today, I like to just press it on the jaw. I also find it great for just soothing the area that I have slight irritation in from shaving. Now before I go in and apply moisturizer, eye cream and a little bit of lip care, I actually want to talk about protection. Now protection is always the final stage in my skincare routine because it's important to protect against the sun. The sun, of course, is quite damaging to the skin. Sunlight is a beauty suicide, so I always like to go in with an SPF. Of course, my own skin is among the very fairest of skin tones, so I do have to take particular care when dealing with sunlight. Skin, of course, is all relative to your ethnicity. Certainly in my own case, the part of the world that I come from, there isn't a lot of sunlight. Often. Someone with skin as fair as my own, the skin has been designed with very little melanin in it so that it can absorb as much of the sunlight as quickly and as efficiently as possible because it doesn't see the sunlight often. Whereas if we're to take somebody from sub-Saharan Africa, their epidermis has a greater concentration of melanin in it because it is exposed to sunlight so much, so it processes sunlight a lot slower. It doesn't have to be as efficient at processing sunlight because it sees sunlight regularly. Certainly if you want to preserve your skin, SPF, sun protection, is important, but certainly if you are somebody with very fair skin like my own, it is a good idea. One of my favourite SPFs is the Estee Lauder Day Wear in SPF 50. It's an absolutely fantastic one. I find with a lot of SPFs, one in particular problem is that sometimes when I apply them near my eyes can become quite irritated and almost tear. So this one, it does irritate my eyes ever so slightly. I do tend to find that most SPFs irritate me, but this one doesn't irritate my eyes too much in comparison to many other ones. I also absolutely love Clinique's SPF. I think it's absolutely marvellous. La Roche-Posay also retail SPF 50s, which are fantastic. There are so many brands that retail SPFs in different formulations. Some come in powder format, some come in liquid or cream format. The idea is to apply it to all areas that are going to be exposed to sunlight, indirectly or directly. And when I apply SPF, I cover my entire face with it and onto the ears and a little bit on the neck if it's going to be on show. I do tend to avoid the sunlight as much as I can. I don't mind when it's sunny, but I don't like to be in direct sunlight. My eyes do not react well to bright light. Even though I'm in a studio just now and there is bright light all around me, it doesn't affect my eyes as much as sunlight. Sunlight I find very difficult to see in. Strong sunlight actually really hurts my eyes, and I am quite light sensitive, so I do tend to wear sunglasses almost everywhere all the time. Not so much indoors, but I usually go in with the Estee Lauder Day Wear and I apply it just like a moisturizer. I definitely think I shall have to do a film at a later date about SPFs, as I of course find them very necessary and very useful. Now I shan't be applying SPF within today's film, as I'm going to apply moisturizer and eye cream and hurl myself into my sarcophagus. Recently, my sister introduced me to this incredible technological device called a television, and she showed me these marvelous documentaries that I find very, very interesting, so I'm going to go and watch them after I have completed this film. So on a daily basis, I do of course go in with some Embryolisse La Creme Concentrate, and what I do with that is I take about a pea size on either cheek. Typically is too much for most people, I'd say. Most people probably have too much just with one pea-sized amount on their skin. But my own skin is very dry at the moment, and I just massage that into the skin. I always take moisturizer down the neck and onto the décolletage area. A little bit onto the ears, one shouldn't forget the ears. Poor souls. I can actually feel that already, that my skin is starting to absorb that. The next step that I like to do is to go in with my extra eye repair cream, and I do tend to do this more so at night than during the day. Sometimes I'll apply a little bit of it just underneath the eye. I just take a little blob of that on either side. That'll be quite enough. It's not much. And I just tap that. And if you have too much on one side, you can always take it off and move it to the other side. I just pat that in that area, and this is my most driest area. Then I take a little bit of it across the eye, not onto the eyelid itself, tiny bit of it in the inner corner, across the eye again, and I'm adding a little bit more. Normally I would go in with some SPF, but seeing as I shan't be going outside after this, I should be going home, I don't require SPF, but typically I would put on an SPF after all of this and just massage it into the rest of what I've applied. Even though that may seem like I've applied a great amount of creams, my skin is quite on the dry side. Now I don't actually mind having quite a rich amount of creams on my face, and that's my skin more or less ready for bed or ready for the day. Of course, if this was ready for the day, I would apply SPF. But I think to summarize, it's just very important to treat your skin suiting to you. I really wanted to create this film today just to share my own sort of skincare routine. I wouldn't really say that there are that many products, but there are just definitely steps: cleaning, massage and protection, and as well lifestyle. It's really important to eat good quality produce. It's really important to feed yourself well. Think about yourself. Always think about yourself and think about what is best for you in any situation, certainly when it comes to taking care of oneself. I'd say it's really important to keep yourself healthy as well, to be active, to be productive, and also to be able to regulate the sorts of experiences within life that can be stressful or tarnishing to oneself. I think it's important to do what is best for you, and I think that I don't necessarily separate skincare or looking after oneself or health or the body or the mind. I don't separate any of these things. I think that they are all one. And I think when you look at it like that, you're able to solve more than one problem. So I definitely think that what you put inside your body, how you treat your body, and how you treat your skin is definitely something to consider if you are wanting to improve your skin. Many of the tips, the techniques, and the recommendations for which that I've made in today's film, of course, are quite simple. None of them I would really say are that abrasive to the skin or concentrated. Of course, there are many other areas within skincare that I shall be focusing on at a later date within future films. But in today's film, I just wanted to share with you a really basic, easy, everyday routine. And you don't necessarily have to use any of the products for which that I used, but I would always say gear towards being gentle with your skin, more so than being very abrasive. And once you get comfortable being gentle, then you can be a little bit more abrasive if you're wanting to exfoliate or get rid of dead skin or whatever. What I would say is look after yourself. That is the key amongst all of this. Look after yourself, because skin can often reflect many of the things that we are feeling. If we're troubled or saddened or fatigued, the skin does tend to reflect these things. I have thoroughly enjoyed creating this film for you here today, and I hope that you have found today's film to be either interesting, useful, helpful, or insightful. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and of course, take care. Bye!